Welcome to Terrors After Dusk, where the darkness not only hides everything, but also reveals the most chilling stories, the unsolved mysteries. Tonight, we will step into a forest that no one dares to enter after the sun sets. Black Hollow, a haunted forest where restless souls linger in the shadows. Prepare yourself because when night falls, the whispers will haunt you like never before. Listen closely to the tale of The Whispers of Black Hollow, a journey that takes you deep into the heart of a haunted forest and into a world of nightmares with no escape. The story begins right now. On a cloudy afternoon, five college friends, Emma, Ryan, Jake, Lily, and Mark, decided to escape the city's hustle and bustle and find a quiet place to unwind after a stressful exam period. They chose Black Hollow, a forest famous for its pristine beauty, but also known for its eerie legends that no one dares to test. They drove through narrow, winding roads surrounded by dense forest. When they arrived near the entrance to the forest, the atmosphere was strange. The towering, ancient trees formed an oppressive canopy that blocked out the sun, making the forest feel dark and lifeless. Emma, who was sensitive and often believed in supernatural stories, felt uneasy. While the group shopped for supplies at a nearby village, the shopkeeper gave them a cryptic warning. Don't go into Black Hollow when night falls. The restless souls will call for you. That's just an old folk tale, Ryan laughed, patting Emma on the back. Come on, we're going to have a great time. But Emma couldn't shake the cold feeling in her chest. Black Hollow, despite its beauty, had an undeniable sense of danger. They set up camp in the eerie stillness of the forest, surrounded by complete silence. There were no birds chirping, no wildlife. Everything was silent, except for the occasional rustle of leaves in the wind. The group sat around the fire, chatting and relaxing, but the atmosphere grew heavier as night fell. As night fell, the air grew colder and more oppressive. A gust of wind blew through the forest, extinguishing the campfire. Strange noises began to emanate from the distance. Footsteps, followed by soft, eerie laughter, as if someone was watching them. At first, the group thought it was just the sound of animals, but Emma couldn't shake her growing unease. Is someone calling my name? Emma whispered, her eyes wide, scanning the surroundings. Probably just the wind, Lily replied, though her voice was shaky. Right? Ryan, although feeling the odd atmosphere, tried to calm everyone down. It's probably just the animals in the forest. Don't worry. But as the night deepened, the noises became clearer. These weren't just wind or wildlife sounds anymore. These voices were calling their names, echoing from unseen places. Emma, Ryan, Lily. Everyone fell silent, listening intently. The voices grew louder, as though they were circling the camp, just beyond the firelight. Their hearts raced. Ryan stood up and walked around the campsite, looking into the darkness. But there was nothing but trees and shadows. Is someone out there? Jake called out, breaking the silence. No response. Soon after, Jake, always the bravest of the group, decided to step out and investigate. He grabbed a flashlight and walked into the darkness. I'll be right back, he said. Be careful, Emma called after him, but he was already swallowed by the shadows. Minutes passed, and the whispers didn't stop. After about 10 minutes, the group started to worry. They shouted Jake's name, but received no response. They began searching the area but found no trace of him. All they found was a small trail of blood leading deeper into the forest. A cold dread washed over them as they realized Jake had vanished. The darkness surrounding them seemed to grow even thicker, and fear began to fill the air. Things took a turn for the worse. A figure appeared from the shadows. It was a tall man with a gaunt face, eyes burning red, stepping out of the darkness. You've trespassed in our domain. His voice was cold, like it was coming from the earth itself. You will never leave here. The ghost began to approach them. The group panicked and ran, but the forest seemed to have no way out. The trees were thick, blocking any clear path. Each step they took made them feel as though something was following them, quietly unseen. Run! Ryan shouted, pulling Emma and Lily through narrow trails. But when they looked back, a massive tree suddenly fell across their path, blocking the way. They could no longer run, and from the shadows a cold voice echoed, Only those who trespass will witness the truth of Black Hollow. You will become the next souls trapped here. Part 5. The Shocking End. When all hope seemed lost, Emma suddenly realized something strange. The spirits of those who had vanished in the forest weren't attacking them. They were standing silently watching. One of the spirits stepped forward toward Emma and whispered, "We will help you escape." They followed the spirit's guidance, running through the thick darkness. And as the first light of dawn began to break, they found the way out of the forest. But when they looked back, Ryan was no longer with them. He had disappeared, leaving no trace behind. All they found was a faint blood stain on the ground, as though he had been pulled into the darkness forever. Conclusion. As they stepped out of Black Hollow, the group said nothing. They knew they had experienced something that no one could explain. The spirits still lurked in the forest, waiting for the next trespassers. Although they had escaped, the forest and its ghosts would never leave their minds.